What's up, guys? ZFarls here with my team of the week, my top 5 players for this week. I really like some of the options, but the zone coverage backer I like is not the guy you might think. So let's jump in. It's Cam Newton and Telvin Smith, and we're going to go fast, so get your notepads ready. As far as budget guys go, Jerry Hughes is a player we've liked in the past because he's always had good acceleration, and that was important for rushing the passer. But right now, in this game, it's not that important, so I'm going to pass on the Jerry Hughes. Demarius Randall is a guy who's had good athleticism as he's a youngster, but right now it's not an item that I love. I do really like the Jason McCourty, and it's because at 91 speed, you can throw one on your bench, maybe get him for 12, 15K as his price has settled down. You use your coach adjustments, and you sort by speed, match up against wide receiver by speed in your in-game coach adjustments. And then McCourty in his 91 speed and 93 excel will match up against guys like John Ross, match up against guys like Tyreek Hill that come into the game and might try and beat you deep if you play man coverage or you get a guy matched up in a deep third and cover 3. So I like McCourty for that reason. I think he's a good defensive option, and his price is pretty low. Now, Barry Church at 6'2", with 86 zone and 87 hit power, that's a great combination of ratings, size-wise, 86 play rec, but at 81 speed, you really have to use him as a linebacker in the box. 46, package, bring this guy down and don't let him play too much coverage deep with 81 speed. That's kind of what I would say about the Barry Church. Kiko isn't what he's been in years past. It's not the zone coverage monster that he's been, so I would pass on him. Now, Mark Barron and Telvin Smith, two amazing linebackers, but I actually think I like Mark Barron almost better, and we'll talk about why. So he is very expensive for the moment, but I compare Mark Barron to two other guys that we looked at a few weeks ago, Deon Buchanan and Ryan Shazier. Now, Buchanan's expensive because he's hard to get because he's a team hero or a team leader, and you got to kind of figure out how to get him. But if you're already close to making him, he's a good option. And then Shazier, who dropped a couple weeks ago, has come down to 200K. He's 87 speed. So Barron has to get down to his price to be similar to Shazier. They're slightly different, and here's why. 85 speed versus 87 and 86. Strength goes to Shazier, but when we get into coverage stats, you can see he's the best tackler. He's got the most hit power. None of them can rush the passer, so that's not really what you're getting any of these guys for. He's got the best block shed. He's got the best pursuit and best play rec. And then his zone coverage is 12 better than Shazier, which means you can leave this guy on his own and have him play great coverage, and you get the advantage of being able to play man coverage with 83 manned up against guys. So I like this Barron. I think he's one of the true hybrid linebackers in this game that will allow you to kind of do different combinations of coverages from that second, you user one guy, and then he's kind of the guy that's next to everybody, and you're dropping him in hooks, you're dropping him in the deep middle sometimes, you're manning him up sometimes, and you're making a lot of adjustments if you play anything with two backers in the middle. So 2-4-5 or 3-3-5, find a way to get Mark Barron involved in your defense. Now, his price has to come in line with the Shazier. They're slightly different, but I think there's some similarities there, and it should help. Not that different is Telvin Smith, who's also a great coverage linebacker and a guy I would recommend that you don't use or cover. So Telvin Smith cannot rush the passer. He's not really where you're going to get your bang for your buck with 82 finesse move. He has good speed, similar to the Shazier. He's got 80 man coverage and 88 zone coverage. So they just dropped two linebackers in the middle of the defense that can play amazing. Now, they don't have 91 like Posluszny does, but Posluszny is very, very slow, so he might not get to places and be able to animate as good as a Telvin Smith, who only has 88, but is in the middle of the defense, should be able to animate, plus he's 6'3". So 90 block shed. 63 strength is a flag, but the 90 block shed should help counteract some of that. 90 hit power is amazing. Good tackle, good pursuit. And just like I said, the ability to drop guys 88 zone coverage. If we go into linebackers that have 80, 6, 87, all of them are pretty slow. Freeman's pretty slow. Hicks is pretty slow. Sean Lee's pretty slow. Posluszny is very slow. And so the fact that, the Telvin Smith actually has the 86 speed to kind of back it up, and then again, you see this Mark Barron that I really, really like, says very good things about this player. Now, is he 200K better than Barron? No, but we got to see where these guys settle in at. If the Shazier is down to, what do we say, about 200K, then the Telvin Smith, I think, could come down to 250. Maybe the Barron comes down to 150. Who knows? But that's something you got to monitor for the middle of your defense. Offensively, in Team of the Week, the heroes. So Ed Dixon at 81 speed, 6'4" if you need a true budget guy. I like this Aaron Jones at halfback for another true budget guy. 88 speed with 90 excel, 71 truck. That's not crazy different than Fournette. Obviously, Fournette's way better, but we're talking a huge difference in coins. Marquise Goodwin at 90 speed. If you don't have the gold John Ross and you want to just get a guy who can burn streaks, that's a guy you go with for Goodwin. We keep climbing up. Not a ton of great linemen this week, but we talked about the Heroes program and how you can get some good linemen there. Carson Wentz had an amazing week. He's up to 78 speed, but at 80 throw power, it's just hard to give him the green light at 80 throw power. I feel like you're going to struggle in playing head-to-head because you want to get that ball zipping. Okay, Fournette. He's up to 88 speed. This, I think, is one of the best of those rookie premier guys that their ratings go up as the year goes on. We saw the Deshaun Watson quarterback. It's going to be a couple more items, I think, until he's a very serviceable QB. But this Fournette, you can play right now. 91 excel with 88 speed, 84 strength. I know, you want to see his truck get to 90, and he's probably 2 items away from that, but 84 strength should make up for a lot of that. That's really strong. I think Gurley's about 70, and he seems to do some things that, boom, are powerful. So I wouldn't sleep on that rating. Not going to be the best at catching out of the backfield, but good acceleration and a good, he's pretty balanced. If he gets his elusive up over 80 and his truck eventually to 90, these moves up into the tier 2, 80 moves. I think Fournette's going to be a pretty good back for years to come in Madden. So solid for that. Now, you saw a little preview of some quarterbacks we're looking at. Devontae Adams had, I think, an 86 that you got as a reward, so there's a couple of him out there. He's very balanced, 6'1", not the tallest. 86 speed, not the fastest. 85 spec, 87 catch traffic, 86 right. You blend all those ratings together, not a ton of guys that have that combination. But like I always say, for me, I want a guy that does something spectacular. I want a guy that does something route runny. I want a guy that's just wicked tall with good catch and traffic. So I want certain things. Adams is going to do it all. If you don't know what you want to do and you just want a really good balanced guy, you could go for him, but he's going to be pretty pricey at 89 overall. Ace Boogie Cam Newton. Now, he got a flashback, so let's dive into Cam Newton and this item. It's going for about 400K, and his flashback's going for about 96. So number one, is it better than his flashback? Well, of course it is. But how much better? 2 speed, same strength, and as we get into throw power, it only goes up 1 there. So I want to see if this item got over 80 deep, then I could see it really being, you're in a different tier potential. It's just a mindset thing. It's just I want to see ratings that are above a certain like a 10 degree scale because it makes my brain work better. So the flashback Cam, everyone says he got a very strong arm, but he's inaccurate. So he makes inaccurate throws. So I don't recommend going 4x the price for a newer version of the Cam Newton, which doesn't really doesn't get you to 90 throw short. It doesn't get you to 80 throw deep. So I would hold there, and I don't think if you're getting it done with the flashback Cam, you're gonna get it done with this other Cam. So that'd be my recommendation. I think quarterback accuracy is more important than ever, and I want to see guys that I think you spend at quarterback and you try and get to a guy. A lot of people are trying to use that Kirk Cousins. A lot of people are trying to still use Warren Moon. A lot of people are still trying to go up to Aaron Rodgers. I think it's worth paying that price and really putting a big chunk of your team into QB, but I don't know if it's here when you could make sure you try out the flashback version first. Now, a lot of people called for Alex Smith to get a team of the week, and that's a good question. So would it have been a great team of the week? He's already got one, it looks like. Speed 75, so he's not really going too crazy on the ground with 75 speed. He would have 82 throw power, so you might get 84, might get 85, but he would be above 90. His mid could potentially get to 90, and then he's already above 80, so maybe he gets to 82. And Alex Smith would be very interesting because for years we always say that you need that throw power, you got to get it to 90. You can help it just because you want to get more zip on the ball, especially if guys breaking on the ball. The faster the ball will get there, it'll travel in the air with that throw power. But could you get it done? Could you get it done with Alex Smith? He was potentially at like 80 speed and had 85 throw power and then had all these other categories over 90. So that's really the question of the day is, are you glad that it's Cam? Are you glad, or did you want to see another Alex Smith? Or is there another quarterback that you were hoping for? Does this Cam fit into the meta of what you want to do? and how are these team of the weeks stacking up on your roster so far. So let us know in the comments. Sheldon Richardson, Earl Thomas, 2 players that maybe didn't get a team of the week that some people thought could get one. So let us know who else missed on one. And until next time, guys, we'll talk. Hopefully this gives you a little insight. My top 5 of the week. You heard them first. Mark Barron, Telvin Smith. Just kidding. I liked Marquise Goodwin. I liked Aaron Jones. I liked, Jason McCourty. 3 kind of budget guys. And then I really liked the Mark Barron. And then I like Telvin Smith. But like I said, those guys are kind of the same. And then the Fournette is a good option if you already cashed in on your Premier. It's a good time to start using him. So those are guys I would go with. All right, until next time, Farls, lock up.